Hello everyone, my name is Lowko and welcome back to Chronicle RuneScape Legends. Today it is time to check out the fourth and final legend in the game that I still need to cover. We're gonna be having a look at Ozan the Thief. Now obviously in previous videos I had a look at the Mage, then the Tank, and then also the Blacksmith. And all four of those legends that are currently available actually have like a unique aspect. So Arian the Mage obviously focuses on like spells and whatnot. Then we have the Raptor that can build up a ton of armor. And then Linza that we had a look at last week can actually build a massive weapon to basically go all the way to the end and then slam away at her opponent. Now Ozan the Thief focuses on gold. Now one thing I do really quickly want to point out is that this is going to be like a sort of paid promotion by the creators of this game. However, obviously I'm not going to be selling out my opinion or anything like that, so we'll be giving you a honest review, but just, you know, to be 100% clear with you guys that are watching this as well. Now let's have a quick look at the collection. I did just open up a card pack because I had enough resources, so that's why these little numbers show up here. So here's the deck list that I came up with so far. Now I haven't played like many hours with it yet, so I'm sure there's still room for improvement, but the basic idea is because we can get so much gold early on with cards such as, for example, Ali right here, and then also like the Pyramid Plunder, we can use that to basically get a big weapon early on and then go for the Duel Tournament, the Mage of Zamorak, and, you know, basically just chip away at our opponent's health while the match is going on. So while we still may go all the way until like chapter number 5 and, you know, head off in like a one-on-one combat, I want to try and bring my opponent to a very low HP before that happens. So that's the basic goal of this deck. And it looks like we have found ourselves an opponent. It's going to be the Raptor here. So this is actually a bit of a tricky one because he can get so much armor early on. Oftentimes it seems to be pretty difficult to chip him away from, you know, high health to 0. But anyways, we're gonna try our very best. So just like all of the other heroes in this game as well, the Thief starts off with 2 attack. And, you know, we can obviously deal damage to the minions that we throw out on the board. Now, real quick introduction if you've never seen this game before. Basically, the basic idea is that you play against your own cards while playing against your opponent as well. So there's like a big PvE aspect, while obviously you're also up against an opponent. But if you see a couple matches, I'm sure it will make a lot of sense. So this is a good example right here already. We can use Ali, and then play the Dragon Longsword a little later and strike him in the face immediately. But I don't think I want to be keeping either of those cards for the moment, because we have so many weapons in the deck anyway. I'd rather focus on some early game play here instead. Alright, so we also just drew into the bandit camp, which is very nice. But here we go. So we can be quite a nuisance immediately right off the bat. I'm gonna actually go ahead and I could go ahead and immediately no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna simply just play some basic cards here and start building that pile of cash, I suppose. Obviously, the Raptor is also going to be running similar cards. However, like I mentioned, his like unique aspect, I suppose, is to focus on armor. And oftentimes that means that they're building up like a lot of base damage. Such as, for example, with the KJP agent right there. He's just building up a lot of base damage and then also a lot of base armor. Which brings it, you know, a little bit more difficult. He actually just lost the Ceratomin Brew, which is great for us. Gives me a really nice little lead there because that's actually one of the primary cards that gives him the sustain. Especially a little later on. So this is all good for me. He is gonna let a lot of gold though already, and he's also focusing, as you can see, on like, you know, just building up that base attack. He's already up to 4 attack while I'm still sitting at, you know, 2 myself. That's okay though. We've been gathering gold ourselves and chipping away at his health slowly but surely. Alright, so one of the cards that we have as well, a rifle loses health equal to half of their gold from the bandit camp. Now this is great in the mirror matchup, not so much in this one, but we can also use the Desert Snake here, which will basically lose 5 health for myself, or 5 health for my opponent, but loses only 3 health for myself. So we can get a lot of value out of those kind of cards. Dragon Longsword's already good to go. And as you can see, like with the other classes, I had trouble playing this anytime soon, right? Anything earlier in the game wasn't really something that we saw too much. So right here, what I'm gonna do is first off play the Desert Snake, which will do 5 damage to my opponent, then purchase the Dragon Longsword, hit him in the face, and then battle him once again. And the reason why I'm playing the Mage of Zamorak first, instead of the Duel, you know, Tournament, is basically because there's still a chance he's gonna be equipping a relatively low durability and low attack weapon as well, and then, you know, there's a bigger chance that he will run out of, like, durability by the end of it. At least in theory. So we'll see if that's obviously going to be the case. So I do a little bit of damage to myself. Gonna be, you know, damaging him as well. He's already gonna start striking away at me, which is interesting. I mean, he doesn't have that much attack yet, but that's fine. There we go. We'll equip our own Dragon Longsword. Sadly, the striking and dueling has one massive difference, is that with striking, he only hits me, whereas with dueling, we hit each other. Oh, wow. He's actually gonna take a bunch of weapon durability here. Oh, that's actually very unfortunate for us. He's getting rid of 2 weapon durability of me, which means I have no more weapon. And since we have to duel next up, this is actually kind of unfortunate. Kind of unfortunate. So in this case, I actually would have been better off dealing it the other way around. Oh, well, it's fine though. So, we're currently at 14 health ourselves. He has got 13 health plus 4 armor, so he's up to 17. But we should be able to go ahead and purchase another Dragon Longsword, depending on what we draw into, with relative ease. I hope we draw into something at least reasonable here, though. He also doesn't have any gold himself anymore, so the Bandit Camp is not gonna be all that great for us. But something like Ali, or, you know, any of the other cards that generate us gold would be very, very nice here. We'll be drawing a couple. There's Ali, so that's nice. Yeah, this is also a great, great card. Darren Lightfinger. I haven't actually pointed this one out yet. So what I can do is, for example, play it like this. And get the Dragon Longsword for 4 gold cheaper. Which is huge. Like, I found oftentimes with the other classes that sometimes it's difficult to get like 4 card slots filled on the board. With the Thief, you seem to have a relatively easy time here. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it this way. He is gonna start armoring up though, as you can see. Like, he's starting to get a whole lot of armor. He's been saving those cards on purpose. So you make sure that he can one-shot all of those things. And, you know, just gains that basic attack. And gains that base armor as well. That's okay though. I hope he's gonna draw into some gold here as well, which would be nice for us. Looks like he's out of cards though. This is what I was saying, right? So one of our bandit camps is gone. That's okay. That makes our Dragon Longsword really cheap. There we go. Alright. So he could still be running one of those durability things as well, but it doesn't seem like he has any more gold to really go ahead and, you know, save his ass. So if we get like another Mage of Zamorak, we can actually still take this match. Now this is going to be chapter 4. There's still another one after this as well, so this is looking rather good for us. We can take the gamble of him having gold at the end. The thing is, he's likely saving up. I can imagine he wants to save up for a weapon in the later turn, right? So if we can take some gold from him, that would be good. We'll see. Alright. I'm ready, sir. My opponent is being relatively slow here. That's okay. Alright, Ling the Assassin. Rival takes damage equal to half of your gold. But we're gonna be losing half of it. What I can do is play it this way. So, Pyramid Plunder gives me 4 gold. It gives him 2. I can then go ahead and play the Ling the Assassin as well. Obviously give him some extra stuff. And then this is also a very important card, the Snapshot. It will actually not cost me a durability of my weapon, but it will give me an 8 damage boost right here. So I can start playing that immediately. Actually, I'll put it right about right here. Switch the order around, just in case he gets rid of the durability again. Oof. He's gonna start battling that thing, are you sure? He's gonna get hit twice by it. He's gonna lose 12 health to it. He's dead? Well, not quite. That was a huge risk by him. Huge risk. I wonder if he meant to do that. I guess he wasn't anticipating it that way. We still got a couple cards here, which should guarantee us the lethal. And as you can see, my opponent ends up losing the match here, even though we didn't even get to the very ending, and that's exactly what I've been trying to achieve here. So we did achieve victory. We get a little bit of token, we get some crafting emeralds as well, which you can use to get some new cards out. In total, we played 3 chapters. Actually, we were in the 4th one, I suppose. We earned a whole lot of gold, took a whole bunch of damage, and we leveled up to level 6. Alright, this time around, we're up against one of the mages. The mages are definitely a little scary. We have to make sure they don't get too high in gold. They have a card called Earth Blast that can deal a ton of damage. So as long as we basically don't allow them that, we should be in a good place. So, Surrounding Godsword in combination with Snapshot will obviously be used. Usually this card only has 2 charges, but the Snapshot basically deals 8 damage for 1 gold at that point, if you manage to get him out. So, we'll have a quick look here. I'll get rid of that card. I'm actually gonna get rid of the Surrounding Godsword as well, just because there's a big chance we'll draw either the Dragon Longsword or the Surrounding Godsword back in a little bit, and early on, I don't really want to have those cards. Well, I guess we get it back anyway. Alright. We'll start playing a whole bunch of the cards here. So immediately filling up the board again with a lot of stuff. So here's the thing about the mage. He will likely use that card called Earth Blast. And Earth Blast does damage like it's 8 gold in total, but it does damage depending on the amount of cards she has in hand. And the real challenge when playing mage seems to be to build up that amount of gold. So if you have a lot of gold in hand, obviously, you know, that could be an issue. As you can see, she's also drawing into a whole bunch of gold already, getting the Ali going immediately. So, well, we'll have to be a little careful, and there's also the Dragon Longsword for us. I'm gonna try and chip away at her. I cannot really go too low in health, though, because in total she can do, like, you know, 20 damage in one hit. And I think that's exactly what she's building up here as well. So even though technically we should be slightly, well, I guess we're slightly behind with 1 HP. This is definitely a good advantage for her. Alright, let's see what we get here. Rifle loses health equal to half of my gold. That's obviously nice. Can go ahead and just simply equip the Dragon Longsword as well if you want to. It would be an okay choice. The thing is, yeah, I'll equip the weapon and then Mage of Zamorak and Snapshot in the next turn. We just need some more. Rifle's next enemy gains 2 health and 2 attack. Okay, that's good to remember. But yeah, we need to keep that in mind right there. I didn't quite get to fill out the board here, just because I didn't really have any more generators of the gold. Okay, so my next opponent, or my next rival rather, or my next like minion that I face will have like increased health by 2 and increased attack by 2 as well. I believe that does actually count in between chapters as well. One of those trickery mage cards. Okay. Give me something that I can use. Not Ali though. Oh, not Ali. This is actually pretty good for us too. We can use this in combination with the Serranum and Godsword if we want to. But I can just simply go ahead here and strike my rifle as well. And I guess we'll go ahead and also play Darren. No, actually. We can play Ali, then Darren Lightfinger, and then the Serranum and Godsword. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble. Okay. Your next undead enemy takes 8 damage, damn. And he actually does have an undead enemy right up next. Rival loses 6 health. He's chipping away at me even more than I can at him. Alright. There we go, though. Dealing 6 damage to him. We're gonna be stuck at 12 here. Don't know what that last card of his is. Can't quite see that yet. It's actually a skeletal pawn, alright. Well, let's keep striking him. We basically have the same strategy here. Alright, skeletal peon, that's okay. That's alright. So, we're gonna have to watch out for lethal here. Let's have a quick look. Rival loses health equal to half of their gold. That's actually really good for us. Let's have a quick look. Do we have lethal here? If I get 4 gold out. No, we don't quite have lethal then yet. Although there's a big chance he's gonna draw into some sort of gold as well. Don't have enough gold for that, sadly.
I have something you will want to hear.
I don't have enough spots on the map to, or on the board rather, to finish him off right here. This is I guess the best we can do here. Alright, we'll see. Rifle loses health equal to your hand size plus 4. I'm afraid that is going to be game for us. I'm assuming here he's got 8 cards in hand. Ugh, 9 cards even. Very unfortunate. He's losing his entire hand as well. And I guess this animation is just to rub salt in the wound because we are already at -1 health. Which means that my opponent is gonna be able to win this match. It really likes to rub the salt in though. Ugh. Alright. It's time to redeem ourselves. It's not a mage here. Same matchup, not the same opponent, I believe. We'll get rid of a bunch of these cards. We can't keep that. The bandit camp is alright. I'd rather save that for a little while later. I can actually keep Ling then. Ling is alright. Okay, this is fine. Alright, there we go. So we're gonna lose a bunch of our gold here, but that's fine. So obviously this is going to be a similar opponent. Don't know if he's running all of those fancy cards as well that my previous opponent was running. There's obviously a chance that he will be. Okay. So we went for a similar setup here early on.
Welcome.
He's also immediately going into Ali there. The Black Arm Bandit, making sure that I get some extra gold here. Obviously, since they're 2 health, I can just one-shot all of those. He's gonna go ahead and actually get an extra attack here. Interestingly enough. Don't think he's getting any value out of that. He's also going for the Combat Academy immediately. Oh well. We'll start chipping away at him. So Ling is gonna basically cost me 3 gold here. But we're also gonna be, you know, dealing some damage to him. Cool. Alright. So far, so good. He's gonna weapon equip. Sadly, I don't have anything that can deal with that. Now, since we have Darren, we can still just easily equip the Drenga Longsword here. So it's all good for us. I can play a Pyramid Plunder in combination with the Bandit Camp. Might want to do it. No, I'm actually gonna do it this way. Although, then I wouldn't be able to play the Scorpion. I was gonna say I can play it this way. Which would obviously equip me the Dragon Longsword and then make up for like the Duel Tournament in the next turn. It would be a little disappointing of the Scorpion though, because I can't really play that for another couple turns afterwards. So I guess we'll just do it this way then. We'll just have to make sure we play Dragon Longsword in the next turn as the first one. Wow. Alright. So we're giving him some gold, sadly. He's playing double Infernal Mages here immediately. Interesting. It's gonna cost us a whole bunch of damage. It's actually putting us down to 18 after this. Oh well, we're still dealing damage to him as well. He's being all tricky and like fancy here, but this is also costing him quite a lot. Like, he's gonna get hit multiple times by this Infernal Mage, and well, I guess, yeah, that's not really any value right there for him. I mean, he's gonna need to attack here, yeah. I guess it's alright for him as well. We're still in a good place here though. If we manage to duel twice in the next turn,
Well done.
we have a big chance of winning. No way! We really discarded our only weapon, the one that I wanted? Oh man, Darren, what did you do? Okay, still have 3 weapons in the deck though, so I still should be okay here. I guess I should have thought about that. Forgot for a second right there that is gonna be the case. Okay, there we go. We got a little lucky here. We got a little lucky. Considering this, we deal 10 damage to him immediately. 10 damage to him immediately. Okay, no, we do 5 damage to him, then we do 10 damage here. I guess that's okay to give a 1 charge of the Dragon Longsword for. Sadly, didn't draw into my Mage of Zamorak or anything like that. Wow, he's gonna go ahead and battle me? Be my guest, sir. Be my guest. Or ma'am, rather. Okay, so he's gonna battle me, which means I'm gonna strike back. I do a whole lot more damage than she does, and that is going to be lethal that way for me. Thank you very much, Mr. Kiwi Cone, or Kiwi Coon. I don't know exactly how to pronounce your name, but thank you for that beautiful strategy right there to give me the lethal. I guess he wasn't ready for me to play that Dragon Longsword once again after just discarding it. So in this one we also ended up earning a couple of materials that we can use to get some more cards going. And in total, we got close to level 7. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. So Ozan obviously played a lot differently than the other classes that are out there, but this video should have explained to you at least a little bit better how the playstyle of RuneScape Chronicles go, but then also how Ozan is played. I want to thank you all for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!